Okay.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this class. It's all about the alignment with me, Espen Haugen, and Julie Penton, a beautiful Julie Penton. Uh, and we are going to speak about something from the Astonishing Power of Emotion. So, Julie, she is going to read from that book, and then we're gonna expand it out from our own feelings. So that's gonna be a really fun. So welcome, Julie. It's so good to be here with you always. So thanks,
Thank you,
thanks
Espen.
for that. So good to be
Super
back with you.
excited.
To have
Yes.
those classes with you. It's so powerful.
Yes.
So
It
good.
feels
Feels
so
so good.
good. And what I love
Yeah.
about our classes is that we're in the moment and we're creating from this space. Even though we had wonderful, beautiful experiences in the past with our classes, yes,
Yeah.
we are here now creating new,
Absolutely.
creating more. And I love
Yes. I
it. And
love
so,
that
with that
we.
said,
Oh,
no, go ahead.
yeah. I love that we are like we not look like not so much going back and explain back past experience what we because we're always moving forward, and when there is on the energy we understand and feeling and flowing with, we're always moving forward. We not go back and try to figure out because or contradictory energy to it. Not try to make more of it in what it is. We just like it's becoming more of that what we want, becoming more of that what we are allowing, our desires and all of those things. And it's all about the alignment first. You know, when you're feeling your own alignment, you allow everything to be, and then
Mm.
you receive more of it into your experience. And more you
Mm.
allow the energy to be your own alignment, then you will experience more. And then the beliefs and the desires will match up to more and more and more. But now you're getting out of the head of those things as well, because you just know that you understand how all of this work out, and it's very easy and gentle. And
I
then you're
love
just moving forward with that ease and gentleness, and feeling better and better. And it's all on we all doing it on our own way in different ways, and it's all good. Many
Yeah,
tools, many things. But first and foremost, it's all about our own. It's all about the alignment.
always,
So
always. And what are we aligning to? To ourselves, to our environment, to the seasons, to a person, to a thought. What are we aligning ourselves to? What would we like to align ourselves to? The most beneficial, the most beautiful, loving experience in life, in my opinion, and I know that you will agree with me, is to align with who we truly are. That is a beautiful life. That's my opinion. And with that said, I'm super excited to share with the world a part in this book. It starts off on page 101 with example number 9. And the reason that I wanted to share this, and I love that in our brief conversation before this call, we talked about how it moved me so much to have a better awareness of why we may experience the same thing over and over. And it may be something that we may not want to experience. So here we go. It says, this is an example of someone talking about their father dying. And they were like they're saying, I can't seem to feel, good again like I was before. And my dad, you know, it's not like in his last years we hung out so much together. We rarely, saw one another. And I would go for a visit here and there and wouldn't stay very long. And we really didn't have very much in common. But when he died, I was like, my life seemed to just take on something that I was not enjoying. And that's basically what is being said. And Abraham answers and says, even while you are in your physical flesh, blood, and bone body, you are more a vibrational being than anything else. While the vibrations that you are offering today could be fresh and new because of what you are currently focused upon. Most people carry many residual vibrations from past experiences simply because it is easier to continue the vibrational momentum of a thought than it is to choose a new direction. And that really moved me. It was just a beautiful awareness, just that in itself. Then it goes on to say, they give an example of, let's say, something's been bothering you and you've been thinking about it for a few days. And in that thinking process, you attract someone in your life and you start talking about it. And that person is like, oh, yeah, man, I agree with you on that. It's like, because I had a similar thing when, my employer didn't treat me right either. And it's like, yeah, I don't like that. And they're like, yeah, I don't like that either. Well, the idea in this read was that um, there's a few things you could do, or the person that you attracted could do. They could choose to not discuss it, to choose something else to talk about, or they could choose to talk about it, or they could just walk away. But what happened in this example on page 101 of the book is that they talked about it because it's the easy thing to do. And we all know that that has happened to us so many times in different situations in our lives, all of us all over the world. And then it goes on to say, and this is the part I really would like to read, it says, in a similar way, as you are a child in learning to offer vibrations in response to the environment that surrounds you, you become set in your vibrational ways, so to speak. And because you often remain in those environments for many years, and because your parents often set the vibrational tone in your shared home, you develop patterns of thinking, of vibrating, of responding to life. Then you learn in those very early years. And since it is easier to continue the momentum of those vibrations than to change them, sorry, most
Yes.
people, um, sorry about that. It says, most people, even though they eventually do leave their home of their parents, take many of those vibrational habits with them. Then it goes on to say, while you're probably not aware of it, much of the way you respond to life today has a great deal to do with your very early awareness of physical life. In simple terms, you learned your worldview early on. And since it was easier to continue with it than to change it, your worldview really did not change very much as you move through time in your journey in life. And then he goes on to say, it doesn't mean that you agreed with everything. You agreed with the ideas of your parents. It says we are actually talking about vibration. And that is very deep within you. It's very deep. And it says concepts such as stability, safety, or well being were nurtured in your early environment, even if that environment, by the standards of the world, was regarded as substandard. In fact, since all things are relative, your sense of well being in life is deeply rooted in those early vibrations of your childhood. And conscious levels, sorry, hold on. By the standards of the world, was regarded as substandard. In fact, since all things are relative, your sense of well being in life is deeply rooted in those early vibrations of your childhood. And at many unconscious levels, you have been keeping those vibrations active as you have moved through time. Since the law of attraction responds to the vibration of your being, and since your current vibrations have some active patterns that reach far back into your past, you are, in that way, still tied to your past. However, you are multifaceted beings and you're living a very full and active life now. So while you still maintain the vibrational basis that is rooted in your childhood, your vibrational nature has matured, evolved, such that today you're offering many vibrations that don't even relate to your past. But you have this mixture going on. And since that has been a gradual evolution, you really have not noticed it. So you continue to reach into the future, aligning with the new thoughts, patterns, and maintaining your stability. That is the process of evolution that all beings experience. With the death of your father, your attention shifted from your present life to your past. In other words, for a short period of time, you focused upon, you remembered, you pondered experiences from your childhood. You talked about them with people you really haven't probably ever spoken to in such a long time, it says. Experiences from your childhood um, you thought about in years, and the intensity of those few days, you reactivated your vibrational past, which is not a match to your vibrational now. That is what you feel or why you feel out of balance. It says, so your life has continued to cause you to ask for more. You have launched those continuing rockets of desires from your vibrational escrow, and you have done a pretty good job of keeping up with what you are becoming. But suddenly, with the death of your father, as you look back instead of forward, you definitely turned upstream, and that never feels good. And upstream in this book is going against your nature, who you truly are. So, Espen, if you wanted to take expound on that, I just need to step away for a minute because I keep getting calls from work. Is
No,
that
it's all
okay?
good.
I'll be right
Yeah,
back. Let me go see
absolutely.
what this is.
Wow. It feels good. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, nothing is missing. Nothing is missing. It's all aligned. I had an experience. I would tell. Not, I've not been telling so many people about this, but actually, I had this experience when back in 2019, my grandfather was moving into to the other side, and in the beginning, when I heard it from my mom, she sent me the message of it. I called her. I felt I felt like hurt and sorrow and like that and like a little bit shame that I not shame but like I didn't get the chance to visit him before he moved on to the other side, to the non-physical that we all are. But then I was like there was something coming over me, and just like I was just asking in the middle of that feeling, just, but you're still here, aren't you? And in the same way, when I was asking I felt that pain and the loss of it, then a lot of this emotion of unconditional love, and I can feel it already now when I speak, this unconditional appreciation of the energy of who he now is. And immediately I felt it inner peace, and that that the sorrow and everything was just taken away. And it's actually honestly the first time in my life I experienced and not been having this like, because people say sometimes you need this healing time when there's some loss and there's something going on. But after my grandfather passed away, I didn't feel the loss. I just feel all is well, all is good, and I can moving forward because I know who he is and I know who I am. And I know all of who we all are because, when what's coming there when I was just like saying, but you're here. And I felt that amazing feeling of love. And I didn't feel any after, sorrow or anything. It was just like moving forward and feeling good and better and continuously moving in that direction. And I
Well,
had this, and it's something beautiful because every time I look at this picture I have back of here, I would tell you about it. And I got this picture from my mom, and she gave it to me. I was in the town, and then and now every time I look at that picture, I can feel that same energy as he come into my experience when I asking him if you're still here. I asked that question for a couple of times just for the confirmation because if like you said, Julie, you talk about the vibration, and the vibration was the confirmation that my vibration was. I'm asking, with you still here? The vibration confirmed from within myself that unconditional love he is now. And it did it 5 times. I was asking, and I never experienced that before. And it was like and then it was like I realized that there is no missing. Everything is unconditional love. We're still here energetically. Nothing is moving away. We cannot not think, not to be. We cannot just disappear and not be anything because everything is expansion inclusive based universe. So we're just moving on to expand even more of the unconditional love we all are. It's energy from within the physical body, and
well,
that energy is always forever and evermore.
I love you saying all that, and I totally I agree. Especially, I mean, with death. But where I would love to take this reading is bringing it to a space of general and talking about how whether it's death, whether it's when I was in the fourth grade and I was bullied, or whether it was, when I went to my first dance with a boy and how wonderful it was, and so all the dances that I may, seemingly go to in the future, or I had an amazing experience when I got my hair done, and whatever those things are that we can choose the momentum of whatever it is that we've already created. Whether that creation was by default, whether that creation was because we were not totally aligned with our inner being, with our spirit man, with source, however we want to identify or define um, our true essence, whatever those things may be, um, to consider if we are continually experiencing feelings that we may be feeling, have been feeling off and on for several years, several months, several weeks, that are not necessarily something um, that connects with who we truly are, which is love, peace, joy, um, fun, because life is a beautiful thing. If those, if we're not feeling those things, that there's a possibility that we're not aligned with who we truly are, that we are feeling the feelings of vibrational momentum of the past, and to gently flow into the now, to be in that beautiful space of the now where we create what we want. Because not always did we create what we wanted, possibly in the past, but that's the past. To know that that's the past, to know that we don't have to go back to something and to, navigate through it to figure out what we could have done, what we did do, what worked, what didn't work, so forth and so on. But if we are in that present moment and we are in this space of feeling a good feeling, knowing that keeps us in that space of the now. So things will occur in our life, whether it's death, whether it's a similar experience that may come up that could bring us to thoughts that happen at different times in our life, that we know we can gently say, oh, yes, I remember that. Good, or that was either not good, but it's okay because I'm right here, right now. And in this beautiful space, all is good, all is well. I am stable. I am okay. I am loved. And that was why I felt I'm having I wanted to share this. And with that, I have to go um, because work is calling, and so I gotta get. But Espen, um, I know you can take it from here. I love you. I love
I wanted to.
everyone, and
Uh,
have an amazing
that's
day.
fine.
Yes, enjoy.
Thank you, Julia. Thanks for everything you share. What a great thing you bring up here. Just like more clarification and more feel good now expansion to know that we are not, we're never dead, we never disappear, we're never moving. It's not like when we are, say finish here and like, because there is no destination. We it's just like the goals and desires we have. When we get that goal we have and desire, we're not stopping desiring, and that's the nature of who we are. We never stop desiring. We always desire for becoming more, and that is still when we are not here in physical form. We're still moving into something new, and that's the most nature of who we truly are. We are desire for be here in this newness of the now and moving forward in the new and becoming more of all of it. Because we all in this together. We are not exclusive, we are inclusive. Therefore, we can feel and we can observe and we can sense each other and we can feel ourselves and we can, yeah, we can feel that when we are in the connection with people and with ourselves. And the most important with our own alignment is the most, yeah, first and foremost, the most important is our own guidance, our own alignment to feel our own beingness, inner beingness. And yes, when you can be okay with where you are, and we are, it really doesn't matter. And for me, for myself, when you say like you say that, Jen, because that was fun. I was honest and feeling, but also when I then clarified and got a new thought and a new direction, that vibration changed. Before when there, I will. This is a difference there. It's like before when there's something happening, there was more sorrow in my energy when there's some close family or friends are moving into to another dimensions. But now it's changed my vibration just because of my experience with my grandfather, because he bring the alignment, so he bring. But I was, coming into the alignment with myself, and then that energy brings to me that energy, and then it was just like the pain was not there anymore, the sorrow, the loss. There was no loss, there were anything. It was just like inner peace and unconditional love. And then I was like laughing and I'm feeling good, and then moving on, and that energy shifted and transformed. So it is so nice to know also that that vibration can shift instantly when there is a clarification and understanding around your own creation, letting it happen, letting yourself to feel what you feel and moving forward. Not and like not We don't need to go and re-experience the past over and over again and tell our story over again. If you choose to, we can, but we also can choose to direct our thoughts in new things, new story, and getting into the emotion of it. Because also there is not about how we are saying and how we are speaking. It's all about how we are feeling when we're speaking about that. Therefore we say it's all about the alignment, because every time you're feeling your alignment energy, and you're speaking from that energy, and that is always valuable, because there is moving forward energy for feel more of it. And it really doesn't matter how you spend it, how you say it, but it's all about your own. How are you feeling about it when you're speaking to yourself and to other people? How are you feeling your alignment? How are you feeling from within yourself when you're speaking those words? And alignment is an easy place to start first. It's not about to do and have all of those things, but be first, and then it's all unfold in that space. And still, if you not be first and try to do more and try to make it happen, then still there is just the energy of the unconditional love never looks back and say you need to come back and fix this. It's just like come back here, come into the alignment, and then we can move on from there, because it's all good there. There is nothing contradictory energy into that. This is a moving forward downstream energy here for you. So you're always available to come back. And that was the confirmation in my vibration when I asking for my grandfather, but you're still here. And swoosh, I felt the energy come through. And I was just feeling, oh, this is so good. And yeah, he's still here. He's still now speaking about it. I feel the vibration of him. And it's like, it's a confirmation of a vibration that enough, it always, all is aligned and is always for us and is always moving forward. It's not disappearing. Because the feeling we have, it's not the outside, it's inside. When you feel love, it's the inside. Always. And it's so nice to know. It's so free, feeling so good. So allow yourself to flow forward. Yes, Jan. And yeah, wow, what a great story, and what a great thing to bring up there, Julie. Thanks for that. That was something new and refreshed. So, is there anything else we can see here? There's so many things. Maybe we'll have to write something here. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna read a little bit here. So, better keep going on. Yeah, maybe next time. It's good. We having taking a next time or something. We can see. But wow, this has been amazing. So yeah, it's all good. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what we. But also when we're feeling in alignment, there is a difference in how we are observing things outside of ourselves. When we feeling good, when there is raining now, we don't look at the rain. That the raining is something bad, because when you're in alignment, you feel good about anything. So when you then feel the rain, it's like, oh, I'm so happy, and I'm so like raining the rain, because it refreshes the earth and it's giving water and it's giving refreshness to everything, and clean water. Always when you feel alignment, whatever what's happening outside of yourself, you always find the feel good aspects of it, the positive aspect of everything as well. Because you can't be in alignment and look at negative things and look in the emotion of that feels bad and that, because you don't. When you're in alignment, you feel good. And when you feel good about everything and every aspect in your life. And then what you see feels good, whatever what you see. And it's like, oh, I like that color. Oh, I like the snow. Oh, I like that it's snowing. I like, you see all the positive aspect there. But you also that, and it is so nice to know that we're having uh, or guidance from within, because when we feel misalignment and something going on, we see that then the same thing can look totally different. I don't like it snowing. It's so irritated. I have to do this then, and then when this outsiders are, oh, I don't like this place, it's always like this and this, and I want to be other places. But when you're feeling alignment, you feel alignment, you feel good about everything you feel. And we are always the opportunity to tune into that vibration. Always that vibration is always available to us, and already when we tune into the vibration of our own alignment, everything changes outside. So now when you look at things, you see those things in positive aspects. You hear those things more beautifully. You feel its vibration more. So, oh, I love this music. Oh, I love the feeling of my own body. I love when I'm moving and when I'm running. Not for myself, and when I'm running, I feel so energized. I feel so good. When I taste food now, I love the taste of the food. It's so good. It's so fresh. It's so and you're just suiting in the energy of it. You're feeling good. You see all of the positive aspects of all of it. And it's all about the vibration. When we feel our alignment, that's what we experience from everything outside of ourselves. But it's in the inside what we feel first. And then everything just unfolds in that way. Then everything sees like that and hears like that and tastes like that and smells like that and feels like that. And the thoughts coming and we experience it more and just becoming more and more and more and more. And yes, that is why we are here. Living a joyous life for feel good, new now, and moving forward in the new and feeling better and better and better. So love you guys so much. Thanks for being here, co-creating with yourself and co-creating with each other. And there is always more to come. So enjoy. See you.